Greetings, third graders, from my remote teaching station here at my house. I sure wish we could be together in school. That'd be so much better for all of us. But until then, we're going to plug along. This is another math lesson called Multiply by 3. You'll need your pages 365 to 370. And you'll also need your multiplication chart. That'll make it a lot easier. So go find those things along with a pencil and meet me back here. Here we are on example 1, Math in My World. There are 3 dogs. Each dog buried 4 bones in a yard. How many bones are buried in the yard? Find 3 times 4. Write it like this also. So one is horizontal, that's the sentence, and then vertical, it's a multiplication problem. So here you have 3 rows, row 1, row 2, row 3, and in each row, you have 4 dog bones. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're looking for 3 times 4. There are 3 dogs. Each dog buried 4 bones in a yard. How many bones are buried in the yard? One way, use an array. Find 3 rows of 4 bones. The array shows that 3 times 4, it's the array that they had on the previous slide, would be 12 bones. There are 12 bones buried in the yard. Now you're going to use the commutative property to write another multiplication sentence for this array. Your first sentence is 3 times 4 equals 12. So this one will be, take a guess, see if you can figure it out. And here's the answer. 4 times 3 equals 12. That is the commutative property. Here we're going to use a number line. It's still example 1. There are 3 dogs. Each dog buried 4 bones in a yard. How many bones are buried in the yard? You're going to skip count to find 3 groups of 4. So we skip count to 4, and then 8, and then 12. The number line shows 3 jumps of 4 equals 12. So 3 times 4 equals 12. There are 12 bones buried in the yard. Example 2. Luke bought 15 packs of seeds. How many different kinds of seeds does he have if there are 3 of each kind? Find the unknown factor. Use a related multiplication fact. Here's a helpful hint. How many groups of 3 equal 15? You could use your multiplication chart and look along the 3 line, and you would see that the unknown factor is 5. So the commutative property tells you that 5 times 3 equals 15 also, and the unknown factor is 5. So here you have 5 times 3, and here you have 3 times 5. Luke bought 15 packs of seeds. How many different kinds of seeds does he have if there are 3 of each kind? Find the unknown factor. Here they want you to check it using repeated addition. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 15. Guided practice. Draw an array. Then write the 2 multiplication sentences. You have 3 rows of 2. So over here, draw 1 row of 2, draw 2 rows of 2, draw 3 rows of 2. Your first multiplication sentence will be 3 times 2 equals. Your second one, you'll switch the factors. So it'll say 2 times 3 equals. And here's the picture that you would have made with 3 rows and 2 in each row. Circle the number sentence that is represented by the number line. First, count how many jumps you have. 1, 2, 3. And how many did you jump each time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which one of these would represent the number line? 3 times 5. You have 3 jumps with 5 in it each time. Here we have independent practice 3 and 4. Draw an array for each. Then write 2 multiplication sentences. On this one, right here, you're going to draw 1 row of 4, 2 rows of 4, 3 rows of 4. So your number sentence will be, you try to write it down first. 3 times 4 equals, and this one you'll switch the factors, and this will say 4 times 3 equals. And you fill in how much it is. Here you're going to draw 7 rows of 3. So 1 row of 3, 2 rows of 3, 3 rows of 3, 4 rows of 3, 5 rows of 3, 6 rows of 3, 7 rows of 3. Your first multiplication sentence will be 7 times 3 equals. Look on your chart and figure it out. Then you'll switch the factors. 3 times 7 equals, and here's what it should look like. 3 rows of 4 equals 12, and 7 rows of 3 equals 21. Draw an array for each, then write 2 multiplication sentences. They're having you do the same thing. 3 rows of 8, so 1 row of 8, 2 rows of 8, 3 rows of 8. And your multiplication will be 3 times 8 equals. Then you'll switch the factors and write 8 times 3 equals, and look on your chart to find the answer. Here you'll draw 5 rows of 3. So 1 row of 3, 2 rows of 3, 3 rows of 3, 4 rows of 3, 5 rows of 3. And you'll write 5 times 3 equals blank. And you'll switch the factors. 3 times 5 equals. And here are your answers. Now we're on independent practice number 7 and 8 with a number line. And I'm going to tell you that the book has made a little mistake. When it says 3 times 6, that should be 3 jumps of 6. But what they really want you to do is 6 jumps of 3. So start here, and we're going to make 6 jumps of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 times 6 or 6 times 3 would be 18. Here they have 3 jumps of 9, but they really mean they want you to do 9 jumps of 3. You can sort of tell that also the way the number line is laid out. So we'll make 9 jumps of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3 times 9 or 9 times 3 would be 27. And here's how they have shown you. Find the unknown factor. Use the commutative property. This is where your number chart, your multiplication chart with the line of 3. So look down the line of 3 until you find the answer of 24. And what is the other factor that makes this number sentence correct? So hopefully you found the unknown is 8. Look on your number multiplication chart again, line 3, and see where you get the 15. Find the other factor, and that should be 5. Here you have 3 times what equals 6. You might already know this one. If not, look on your multiplication chart on the line of 3, and what is the factor that equals 6? And you will find the number 2. We're going to do some problem solving, and we're going to do it together because this is all a little tricky. There are 9 singers. They each perform 3 songs at the recital. How many songs were performed? Remember, the word each tells you it's multiplication or division. And since this is multiply by 3, we're going to multiply. So you have 9 singers, so you write 9 times 3. Look on your multiplication chart, and you'll see that you have 27 songs. Here's number 13. There are 7 daisies and 7 tulips. Each flower has 3 petals. How many petals are there in all? Let's start with daisies. 7 times 3 equals blank. Tulips, 7 times 3 equals blank. When you look on your chart, you'll see that 7 times 3 is 21. So you have 7 times 3 equals 21, and 7 times 3 equals 21. When you add 21 and 21, you come up with 42 petals. Henry, Jamie, and Kayla each had 3 snacks packed in their lunch boxes. They each ate 1 snack in the morning. How many snacks are left in all? Well, how many people do you have? 1, 2, 3. So 3 people times how many snacks? Well, they started with 3 and they ate 1. So they each have 2 snacks left. So 3 times 2 would equal 6 snacks are left. (15) Use algebra. Lynn bought 3 party favors. Then she bought 2 more party favors. Her total cost was $15. How much did each favor cost? Write a multiplication sentence with the symbol for the unknown. So first we have to find out how many favors did she buy in all. So first she bought 3 and then she bought 2. So 3 times 2 would be 5. 5 times what equals 15? So when you find the 5 here and you find 15, the other factor is 3. So 5 times unknown equals $15. The unknown is $3. Look at the multiplication table. Color the row of products of the 3 facts. Tell what pattern you see. So when you color, we'll go back here. When you color this line, what do you notice about all of the answers? We notice that they increase by 3. and every other number is odd. 3, 9, 15, 21. If you were to color the column now, what do you notice? If you look, it's exactly like the 3 line here. So the numbers in the row and the column are the same. How can a number line help you multiply by 3? Think about that for a minute. How could a number line help you multiply by any number, really? You can skip count on the number line by drawing the jumps for every 3 numbers. Here we are on the My Homework page. Some of this we'll do together, some of it I'll have you do on your own. Let's start with number 1. Draw an array for each. Then write 2 multiplication sentences. 3 rows of 8. So 1 row of 8, 2 rows of 8, 3 rows of 8. Your first multiplication sentence would be this order. 3 times 8 equals blank. Look at your multiplication chart to find the answer. Your other multiplication sentence, you will switch the factors. 8 times 3 equals. On this one, you're going to draw 6 rows of 3. 1 row of 3, 2 rows of 3, 3 rows of 3, 4 rows of 3, 5 rows of 3, 6 rows of 3. Your first multiplication sentence will be 6 times 3 equals blank. Use your chart. The second one, you'll switch the factors. 3 times 6 equals blank. Here's what your array should look like and your multiplication sentences. Here you're going to use the number line to skip count. And this time they have it written correctly. They want you to skip count 5 groups of 3. Here they want you to skip count 8 groups of 3. On number 5, 7 groups of 3. And on number 6, 4 groups of 3. So I'm going to let you do that on your own and make sure that you're counting by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Here we have numbers 7 and 8. Find the unknown factor. Use the commutative property. What I'd like you to do is use your multiplication chart. Look on the 3 line. Go till you find 30. What times 3 will get you to 30? Put the unknown here. What times 3 will get you to 18? Put the unknown there. Here we have some brain builders, problems to solve, word problems. Sometimes they're tricky. Write a multiplication sentence with a symbol for the unknown for exercises 9 and 10. Then solve. A box of popcorn costs $3 at the baseball game. The vendor sells 3 boxes to people in row 22 and 2 boxes to people in row 24. How much money did the vendor collect for the popcorn? Now, in this problem, they've given you some information that you don't really need, and that's row 22 and row 24. So how much did he sell the first time? He sold 3 boxes, and he sold 2 boxes. So 3 and 2 equals 5 boxes. The boxes each cost $3. So on the line here, you'll write 5 times 3 equals unknown. And now you look on your multiplication chart and find out what 5 times 3 would be. Write a multiplication sentence with a symbol for the unknown for exercises 9 and 10, then solve. Here's number 10. Gloria has a study guide for her math, social studies, and science classes. She has 3 study guides for language arts. Each study guide is 3 pages. How many pages of study guides does Gloria have in all? Let's start with the first sentence. Gloria has a study guide for math, social studies, and science classes. So how many study guides does she have there? She has 3. And she has 3 study guides for language arts. So how many study guides does she have altogether? 3 plus 3, she has 6 study guides. Each study guide is 3 pages. So 6 study guides times 3 pages equals unknown. You use your multiplication chart to find out how many pages of study guides Gloria has in all. Write a multiplication sentence with the symbol for the unknown. Well, this says for 9 and 10, but we're on 11. Here's 11. Meredith feeds her 3 dogs twice a day. If each dog has its own bowl, how many times does she fill a dog bowl in 3 days? So first, she has 3 dogs, and she feeds them twice a day. Twice means 2. So 3 times 2 would equal 6. So 6 times 3 days equals your unknown. So 6 times 3, look up on your multiplication chart and fill that in. Here we are on the last problem for this multiply by 3 unit. There are 3 short rows of cars in the parking lot. Each short row has 5 cars. There is 1 long row with 8 cars. How many cars are in the parking lot? Well, first, for the short rows, you have 3 rows times 5 cars. So 3 times 5 equals unknown. Find out that answer. And now you're going to add the short rows, your answer to the short rows, to the 1 long row of 8 cars. So your answer plus 8 will get you the correct answer on number 12. It was great being with you again, and we'll keep doing this till we get back to school. Hope you're having fun at home. I miss you all. Bye.